Hi everyone, welcome back to Mommy Budgets. In this channel, I'm going to be sharing with you how I use a zero-based budget to budget for my family. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's jump into today's video. Today's video is going to be a very quick, very simple paycheck breakdown video. We're going to be budgeting our third paycheck of October. And as you can see, I have my budget calendar and my paycheck breakdown sheet. Both forms you can find in my Etsy shop, which I always have linked down below. Okay, to start off, we're going to go ahead and fill in our income for this pay. And for this paycheck, we're going to be budgeting a total of $1,400. Okay, and then we're going to move down to bills. So in this section, you're going to go ahead and list anything you need to take care of with this specific paycheck. And that's where the calendar comes in hand. So we are budgeting this green paycheck down here. When I first filled out my budget calendar, I like to pre-highlight the bills I want to take care of with that specific paycheck. So for this one on the 20th, I hadn't highlighted anything other than half of the truck payment. I wanted to take care of half of the truck payment, even though it's due after our next paycheck. I wanted to take care of some of it with this pay, but budgets change, life happens. This is not set in stone just because it's highlighted, and I can change it according to our needs. So we are actually not going to be taking care of half of the truck payment. What I'm going to do is take care of half of that truck payment with our next paycheck, which is our orange paycheck. And if you can see, half of the truck is purple. So we have already allocated half of that truck payment with our previous paycheck. So there's nothing else in green, which means that we are actually not going to pay any bills with this specific paycheck. But what we are going to budget for, which we budget for with every paycheck, we put money aside for our next mortgage. So our next mortgage is our November mortgage. That'll be due on 11/1, and we're going to put $450 aside with this paycheck to take care of our mortgage for next month. We're also gonna put aside, I'm gonna put subscriptions here. So I want to explain to you guys what I have decided to do is I wanted to be a little more organized. And what I did is I opened a second checking account with Capital One where I have linked all of my bills to. I have linked all of our subscriptions, all of these bills that I have listed here on my bill tracker. I have set to come out of that specific checking account. So that checking account is only being used to pay our bills, including our subscriptions. So what I want to do with this pay is add an additional $65 to that checking account, just so because most of our subscriptions do come out automatically. I want to start putting money aside into it to take care of those subscriptions, and that way I don't have to worry about, okay, I have to put $10 this week, $15 this week to take care of Netflix and Spotify and all those little tedious subscriptions amount. I'd rather just do them all in a bulk and just do it once and not have to worry about it again throughout the month. So that's why I'm going to put $65 away for our subscriptions. And like I said, I already linked everything to that specific checking account. That was actually on my to-do list before the year was up, is open that checking account. So that way I don't have to worry about, oh, where is this coming out of, which checking account, which savings account. It's all under just one account, and it's our bill account. We don't use a debit card for it. We don't swipe. The only purpose for that account is to pay our bills. That's it. Apart from the subscriptions, I also want to start budgeting for a buffer. I usually don't. I don't know why, but I want to start implementing that in our budget. So for this specific paycheck, we're going to leave a buffer of $42 in our checking account. And then that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's no other specific bills we want to take care of with this paycheck. So apart from the buffer and these two things, we're going to go ahead and add my Fidelity and Robinhood, which are my investing accounts. And Fidelity always gets 50 and Robinhood gets 10. And then Jacob's allowance, because it's an every week thing. Of course, I always have to make sure I add it to our budget. And he is getting a total of $18 this week. So if we take out our calculator and we do 450 plus 65 plus 42 plus 50, 10 and 18, we get a total of $635. Now we're gonna go ahead and take this bill total amount and subtract it from our income. And we have a leftover amount of $765. Moving down to our cash envelopes. Now this is gonna be a little different this week. I normally keep these numbers consistent, but because this weekend we are going camping, obviously I feel like I shouldn't budget for takeout and family time because we're gonna be camping. So I know we're not gonna need to budget for those specific things this week. So I'm only gonna budget for Justin, for me, for the boys, and I'm gonna stuff our miscellaneous envelope just in case for when we come back, if we need anything to get us through the couple of days that we have left before our next paycheck, we can go ahead and take care of it with that money. So Justin is gonna get $40, I'm gonna get 20, the boys will also get 20, and miscellaneous is getting 20 as well. This totals out to $100. Let's double check. And then what we're gonna do is subtract $765 by $100. And it gives us a total of $665. And that's what we're gonna use to take care of our sinking funds as well as our savings challenges. So if we move up to sinking funds, you guys already know if you've watched any of my other budget with me videos, I don't like to list out all my sinking funds because I do have a lot. So we're just gonna write sinking funds here, and we're gonna allocate a total of $210. I've decided also we're not gonna be making an extra debt payment this week, so that's why I'm skipping this whole section up here. So sinking funds are gonna get a total of $210, and we're also, because we're going camping and we are driving, I have budgeted a total of $250 to cover, gas. It is about a 5.5 hour drive to the campground, so I wanna make sure we have cash in hand in case, we need anything for food and travel expenses. That's what the $250 is for. Do I expect to use the whole $250? I'm hoping not, because we do have everything we need for the trip itself, like the actual camping trip. It's just this money is set aside for, like I said, gas and food and just getting us from here to there. So I don't think we're really gonna spend $250, but you never know. If we add the 210 plus the 250, it gives us a total of $460. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this leftover amount of $665 and subtract 460, and we have a total of $205. And that's the amount we're gonna use to go ahead and stuff our savings challenges. We're gonna go ahead and write out, again, just like my sinking funds, I do have a handful of savings challenges, so I don't like writing all of them out. What I am gonna write is binder and book, because if you haven't watched my last savings challenge videos, the last couple actually, I got a new challenge book, which I'm working on a savings challenge in it, as well as my savings challenges in my binder. So between those two, I'm gonna stuff a total of $150. And then we are also going to be stuffing, instead of one, we're gonna be doing 2 envelopes. In our 100 envelope savings challenge, we're gonna stuff the 23 and 32, which gives us a total of $55. And if you add 150 plus 55, savings total is $205. And if we take our leftover amount of 205 and subtract 205, we get 0, which is what we're looking for when we're trying to achieve a zero-based budget. If we go up here to my goals, I know October is pretty much over, which I cannot believe how fast this month went by. One of my main goals was to implement no spend days, but I feel like, again, time has flown by. So much is going on that I haven't been able to accomplish this, or even honestly try to accomplish it. So I figured, because we're gonna be camping, we're gonna be out, I should be able to get at least 2 no spend days this week. So we'll see. I don't see it being difficult for me to achieve 2 no spend days, and I'm hoping next week I can maybe do a couple more, but I want to implement this on a regular basis to have at least 2 or 3 no spend days throughout the week. And then moving down to budget recaps, so our paycheck total, our total income was $1,400, our bills total was $635, our variable spending was just $100, which usually is $300, but again, because I'm not stuffing certain envelopes, I was able to bring it down to $100 for this week. Nothing towards debt. Sinking funds are getting, and I'm including the amount where, we allocated for camping under sinking funds, $460. And then our total saving is $205. So now when we add all of our totals, they should equal out to our income. So if we do 635 plus 100 plus 460 plus 205 gives us a total of $1,400, which means 0. And this is exactly what you want to see when your goal is to give every dollar a purpose. I know how much is going to get deposited into our bank account, and now every dollar in that bank account is going to have a place to go to and a purpose within our budget. I know this video was on the shorter side, but I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around for the entire video. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, comment on the video, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.